Hippo Owns Up, a book about telling the truth. Written by Sue Graves, illustrated by Trevor Dunton. It was Tuesday and Hippo was having a bad day. He had got up late. He had missed breakfast. He was late for school too. Miss Bird was cross. Then Miss Bird gave him lots of sums to do, but Hippo was too hungry to do them. Hippo looked at the clock. It was nearly lunchtime. Mrs. Croc always made chocolate cake for lunch on Tuesdays. She always put lots of chocolate icing on the top too. Hippo thought about the chocolate cake and the chocolate icing. His tummy rumbled loudly. Everyone heard. Everyone giggled. Miss Bird told them to get on with their work. But the more Hippo thought about the chocolate cake, the louder his tummy rumbled. Then he got the hiccups. The hiccups were very, very loud. Everyone laughed. Miss Bird got cross. She said Hippo was disturbing everyone. She told him to go to the kitchen to get a drink of water. Hippo went to the kitchen. The big chocolate cake was on the table. He went to get a closer look. It looked delicious. It smelled delicious. He decided to try a tiny bit of it. He picked up a spoon and took a bit of cake. It tasted wonderful. Hippo stared at the cake. Now there was a little hole on one side of the cake. He tried to smooth the icing over the hole, but it looked worse. He took some cake from the other side to try to even it up, but it looked worse than before. Hippo was worried. He wanted to make the cake look better. He took more and more cake. It tasted delicious, but the more he took, the worse it looked. Soon there was no cake left at all. Hippo went back to class. Miss Bird said he had been a long time. She told him to get on with his sums. But Hippo could not get on with his sums. His tummy felt too full and he felt too sick. He felt bad for eating all the cake. Just then the bell rang for lunchtime. Everyone lined up, but Mrs. Croc had some bad news. She said there was no chocolate cake because it had all gone. She said Hattie, the school cat, must have eaten it. She said Hattie was a bad cat. Hippo said nothing. Everyone ate their lunch, but Hippo was not hungry. He was not hungry at all. Mrs. Croc was worried. Hippo was always hungry and he always ate his lunch. She thought he must be ill. She sent him to Miss Bird. Hippo told Miss Bird about the chocolate cake. He told her that he had eaten it, not Hattie. Miss Bird said that he should not have eaten the cake, but that he was brave to own up. She said he should have a good think about how to put things right. Hippo had a good think. He told Miss Bird he had to say sorry to everyone for eating the cake. He said he had a good idea to put things right too. He told Miss Bird his good idea. She said it was a very good one. Hippo says sorry to everyone. He says sorry to Mrs. Croc. He says sorry to Hattie the cat too. Then Hippo asked Mrs. Croc if she would help him to bake a new chocolate cake for everyone. Mrs. Croc gave him lots of help. Hippo baked a very good cake. It had lots of icing on the top too. Soon the cake was ready to eat. Everyone went to get a closer look. It looked delicious. It smelt delicious. Everyone took a bit of cake. It tasted wonderful. Hippo was pleased. Hippo said he was glad he had owned up and put things right. Then Mrs. Croc asked him if he would like some cake. Hippo said he did not want any. He said he did not want any chocolate cake ever again. Everyone laughed.